Deep within an enchanted forest lived a tiny mouse named Milo, who dreamt of becoming a great adventurer like his hero, Sir Reginald the Brave. But Milo's family didn't approve. His father, Barnaby Squeakerton III, was the respected leader of their colony, and ever since Milo had come home with a splinter in his paw from a daring mission outside the safety of their walls, he forbade Milo from going out again. "The world is a dangerous place for a little mouse," said Father. "There are cats, dogs, owls, foxes, hawks, snakes, and humans. Why would you want to become an adventurer?" "But Father," protested Milo, "Sir Reginald the Brave wouldn't be cooped up inside. He'd go on daring adventures." "Reginald was a fool," Father snapped, "a reckless adventurer who never listened to anyone. That's why he got himself squashed by a cartwheel and died. You're not going to be like him, Milo. You're going to be a respectable mouse who does respectable things like collecting crumbs and avoiding cats." And so Milo grew up listening to his father stories about the good old days when mice were plentiful and crumbs were easy to collect. In fact, that was what everyone did in the colony, except for Hazel Nutley, who was always searching for something more, exploring beyond the familiar territory. She would bring back wild berries and nuts that no one had tasted before and tell stories of the exciting world outside their walls. "I wish I could see it for myself," Milo told her one day, staring out of the hole they called home. "But my father won't allow it. He says it's too dangerous." "Oh, your father," Hazel scoffed. "He's just scared of the outside world because he's a coward." "What? He isn't scared," Milo said defensively. Just then, a shadow fell across the entrance to their hole. It was Father, and he looked furious. "Did someone say I was a coward?" No, sir," stammered Milo. "Not at all." "Good," Father said suspiciously, "because I hate it when people call me a coward. It reminds me of the time I had to run away from that ginger cat, Marmalade." Milo noticed Hazel rolling her eyes. "You ran away from a kitten," she whispered to Milo, and he stifled a giggle. "It wasn't a kitten," Father snapped. "It was a ferocious beast with claws like daggers and teeth like swords. I had to save my tail. You can't blame me." "Sure," said Milo, trying hard to hold back his laughter. Father cleared his throat. "Anyway, you're not going to go outside, Milo. Now leave us alone." And he stomped off, muttering about how much better things were in his day. As soon as he was gone, Hazel turned to Milo with a mischievous grin. "Sneaking out after dark, anyone?" Milo hesitated. "I don't know, Hazel. My father would be so angry if he found out." She arched an eyebrow. "Oh, so you've chosen bravery over adventure, have you? Just like your father." And with that, she dashed out of the hole, leaving Milo feeling ashamed. He knew his father was scared of the outside world, but he didn't realize just how scared until now. Was he really a coward? Had he inherited his father's fear? "No," he thought, "I'm not a coward. I'm just cautious. There's a difference." As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Milo crept out of the hole and into the forest. The world was vast and unfamiliar, and he felt a surge of excitement mixed with fear. What if Hazel was right? What if he was a coward like his father? Suddenly, a twig snapped behind him. Milo whirled around, his heart pounding. It was just a squirrel scampering up a tree. But the sound had been so sudden, he jumped a mile. He took a deep breath to calm himself, reminding himself that this was just an adventure. There was nothing to be scared of. Right. Then he heard it again, a twig snapping, but this time closer. He froze, listening intently. A small brown mouse poked its head out from under a bush. "Hello," it squeaked nervously. "Are you lost?" "No, I live around here," Milo lied, hoping the other mouse wouldn't ask any more questions. "Oh, okay," the mouse said, relieved. "I was worried you might be one of those mice from the Whispering Woods. They keep coming here and stealing our food." "I'm not from the Whispering Woods," Milo said quickly. "I'm from the Cozy Burrow." "Oh, right, the mouse said, nodding. "Of course you are. Well then, Do you want to see my collection of shiny bottle caps? I found this one near the river. Look how pretty it is." And the mouse scurried off, leaving Milo to explore the meadow on his own. As he walked, he realized that there was no one to protect him here. No one would hear him squeak for help if he got into trouble. He missed his father's comforting presence by the whispering hole where life was safe and predictable. But then he spotted something in the distance, a small cottage nestled among the trees. The windows glowed with a warm light and the smell of baking bread filled the air. An adventurous spirit surged through Milo. Maybe he could find a piece of bread outside to take back to the colony. Everyone would cheer him on for his bravery. As he approached the cottage, he saw a wooden box on the windowsill. It was filled with crumbs and scraps of cheese, just like his father had described. But as he reached for the box, a gruff voice startled him. Well, what do we have here? A little mouse trying to steal my food." Milo whirled around to see a pair of glowing yellow eyes. He froze, his heart sinking. A large gray cat was slowly getting to his feet. Its fur was matted and dirty, its teeth sharp and yellow. This was no ordinary cat. It was a monster. Milo couldn't move. He couldn't speak. He was too scared. The cat took a step closer, and Milo squeezed his eyes shut, bracing for the end. But it never came. Instead, he heard the cat snarl and then pat away. Slowly, Milo opened his eyes and looked around. The coast was clear. He quickly grabbed the box and raced back to the whispering hole, adrenaline pumping through his veins. He had outsmarted the beast. He had survived. When he arrived back at the hole, Hazel was waiting for him, and she didn't look happy. "I thought you weren't scared of anything," she said accusingly. "Why did you run away?" "I wasn't scared," Milo retorted, though his voice trembled a bit. "I just didn't want that beast to get me." "Oh, so you're admitting you're scared of cats," Hazel said, rolling her eyes. Before Milo could respond, Father appeared, his whiskers twitching. "Did someone say cat?" "Yes, and you were right," Milo said, hanging his head. "The outside world is dangerous. I'm sorry I didn't listen to you." Father put a comforting paw on Milo's shoulder. "It's all right, son. I was a young and foolish adventurer once, too. I understand wanting to explore the world. But sometimes the greatest adventures are the ones we never have." "So you think I should stay inside the hole?" "If that's what you want," Father said, nudging Milo towards the entrance. "But remember, the choice is yours. The world is full of both danger and beauty, and it's up to you to decide what kind of mouse you want to be." Milo looked back at the cozy darkness of the hole and then out at the vast unknown of the forest. He took a deep breath and stepped back into the darkness. He knew his father was right. His adventure had taught him that the greatest dangers were often in his mind, and that true bravery was not the absence of fear, but the courage to face it. He may not have found a piece of bread to bring back to the colony, but he had found something much more valuable, a sense of self and the confidence to follow his own path in life.